WKBS, Burlington, Philadelphia.
Then you do not wish to order now, Mr. Carr?
Not yet, Emilio. We're still missing one member of our party.
And if he doesn't get here soon, we're going to starve to death.
No.
There's a story for you, Nancy. 3 starve at Coach House.
No. Amelia, why don't you bring some hors d'oeuvres to the table?
That's a good idea, Mrs. Carr. And would you care for another drink, perhaps?
No, thank you.
No, not for me either, thank you.
Thanks, Emilio.
I feel so awful about this. Keeping you from your dinner.
Oh, don't be silly, Nicole. You should be used to Miles being late.
Well, yes, I'm used to it, but I hate to inflict it on you.
Well, we understand about doctor's obligations. Besides, we're quite happy with present company.
Well, thank you. But the real problem is that this isn't really a medical obligation. It's something that, well, it's more in your line, Mike.
Oh? What do you mean?
I mean crime. Nancy, you remember that patient I told you about this afternoon?
The shoplifter?
Yes, well, the call that Miles got wasn't from the hospital. It was from Derek Mallory.
Don't tell me she was arrested again.
Well, I don't really know. All I know is that there's been some kind of trouble.
Call for you, Mrs. Cavanaugh.
Oh, good heavens. I wonder who that is. Thank you. Hello?
Nicole, I'm really sorry about all of this.
Miles, please, don't waste time apologizing. Just hurry up and get here. We're about to chew the silverware.
Well, it's not that simple. Why don't you and the Cars go ahead and order dinner? I'll be lucky if I make it by the dessert course.
Why not, honey? What's happening?
Things got a little bit complicated. I had to take my patient home.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Tide. Women who count on cleaning put their trust in Tide. And by Coast Soap, the refreshing soap that brings you back to life. Coast Deodorant Soap, the eye-opener.
Dear, if you're going fishing with me, wake up.
What time is it?
It's 3:30.
What do? Hook the fish when they yawn?
Ann Cunningham needs Coast Deodorant Soap. The eye-opener, a crisp, exhilarating scent and handfuls of bubbly lather make you feel more than clean. Refreshing Coast, it actually brings you back to life.
Ta-da! Ready or not, little fishies, here I come.
They're not ready.
Bring yourself back to life. Coast Deodorant Soap, the eye-opener.
Coach Hawkins, what are you doing in home ec?
Washing the team's uniforms for the second time.
Washing twice? What are you using?
This.
A so-called bargain, not a smart play, Coach.
Oh, but I saved a lot.
By washing twice, some saving. This is home economics, Coach. We use Tide so we get clothes clean first time around.
On tough, muddy dirt like that?
Sure. Is this as muddy as that was?
Oh, you bet. All my guys are tough.
Oh, Tide'll beat it with just one wash.
Hey, Tide won.
Even after you wash this twice.
Tide was the clean winner 2-1.
Coach, the smart money's on Tide.
Extra Action Tide, the best detergent on American soil. It's a real cleaning bargain.
2-1.
We're here.
Hi. Hi, Cliff.
Hi, partner. Good to see you hitting the old law books.
Yeah.
Dee, how can you watch TV? Stunts your growth.
Mitzi, I get some of my best ideas watching the crime shows. Where have you two been? The movies?
Nope.
We've been to acting school.
Both of you?
Well, that's where I get my best ideas. Actually, I was there as an observer. I was picking up some words of wisdom, helpful hints on technique, stuff like that.
We had fun. You should have come along.
Nobody asked me.
Oh. Well, I'll ask you next time. Chocolate ice cream?
Anyway, Mitzi, I've got enough to learn in the law business.
Oh, you would have had a good time. Like Cliff had a good time. And he's a lawyer.
But Cliff already knows all there is to know about the law. He can afford to develop his other talents.
I don't think there's anything wrong with lawyers taking acting classes.
Really? Why?
Well, let's face it, you both got to get up in front of the jury and perform.
Oh, I don't agree with you, Cliff.
Well, look, it's a kind of acting, isn't it? I mean, we've got to make those jurors feel something, even if it's just that we're sincere. Actors got to do the same thing to an audience.
Cliff, I may not have been a trial lawyer as long as you have. But in my humble opinion, any lawyer who has to act in a courtroom either hasn't done his homework or just doesn't know his job.
Well, when you have been a trial lawyer as long as I have, Miss Bannister, you realize it's very important, especially when you have a tough case like the one we have.
Yeah, he's been telling me about this one, Dee Dee.
Oh, he has he?
Yeah, well, hey, don't worry about it. I mean, it's nothing I haven't read in the newspaper. I just don't know how you're going to get this guy off. I mean, he says he killed the guy. Unless you use the crime of passion defense.
Well, one thing's for sure. It's going to take a lot more than acting lessons to get Gavin Wiley acquitted.
Well, it's going to take persuasion, isn't it? I've got to be able to make those jurors laugh and cry.
In the right places, I hope.
I've got to be able to prove that not only was Gavin Wiley right in pulling that trigger, but each and every one of those jurors would have done the exact same thing. Now that is going to take acting.
Have you signed up for this school, Cliff?
Of course not.
I think you should, though. And I think you should come along, too. I think you really like my acting teacher.
It's obvious that you do. What did you say his name was again?
Jim Diedrichson. He's really one... He's okay.
If you ladies will excuse me.
Mitzi, how many are in your class so far?
Well, not too many. You see, he's very particular. He's only looking for people with professional potential.
That sounds encouraging.
See, it's not just an acting school. It's an acting company, a repertory theater.
He sounds very ambitious.
He's wonderful. I have a really good feeling about him. I mean, there's something about him that's so genuine.
You know what I want?
What?
I want my own theater, my own company. I even have a name for it.
Oh, let me guess. The Jim Diedrichson Playhouse.
No. The Maskers.
Oh, Jim, please don't do that. It reminds me too much of Switzerland.
You don't like being reminded of that, do you?
It's not because of you.
Well, we were very different people back then.
Yeah, we were. You wore a different mask, and I had the innocent face of a schoolgirl.
You still do. And you're more beautiful now than you were then.
I think we better go. It's getting late.
Okay. What'd you think of Betty? That girl that read Shakespeare.
Well, she seems sort of nervous.
She was hopeless. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to say no.
Oh, but it wasn't an easy scene, Jim.
Wasn't it? The words are so magical. I didn't understand how she could make them look so uninspired. Try it.
Me?
Yeah.
No, thanks.
There's no class here. There's nothing to be nervous about. Come on.
Yeah, well, you're an audience, and a very critical one, too.
I'm never gonna be critical of you. Go on.
All right. Live with me, and be my love, and we will all the pleasures prove that hills and valleys, dales and fields, and all the craggy mountains yield. There we will sit upon the rocks and see the shepherds feed their flocks. Oh, Jim.
That was fine. And there I will make thee a bed of roses, of 1,000 fragrant posies, and a hat of flowers and a kirtle, embroidered with leaves of myrtle, and a belt of straw with ivy buds, and coral cables and ivory studs. And if these pleasures do thee move, then live with me. Be my love.
Last call cold contact. This cold Comtrex. I switched because Comtrex relieves my aches, pains, and fever. Contact doesn't.
Last cold Dristan. This cold Comtrex. I switch because Comtrex relieves all my major cold symptoms. Dristan doesn't relieve coughs.
You could take any of these for a cold, but for one with nasal congestion, runny nose, aches, and coughs, Comtrex multi-symptom cold reliever does more. All by itself, Comtrex gives more kinds of relief than Dristan or Contac or Bayer. Next cold, try Comtrex. It does more.
Take it from me. Nothing holds odors like a carpet. And my wife says no rug and room deodorizer gets them out better than Carpet Fresh. She says that it gets right to the source of odors caused by dogs, cigars, whatever. I'm convinced. Nothing ever made this room and rug smell better than Carpet Fresh. Take it from me. An expert.
Airwick's Carpet Fresh, America's #1 rug and room deodorizer.
Then there's this one, Cliff, where the judge ruled that the particular sensitivity or temperament of the killer must not be taken into account.
Oh, yes. Michael used this one on us, the reasonable man theory.
Hey, does anybody want another flavor of ice cream? Coffee, maybe?
Oh, I'm full. Oh, I gotta go. I got a lot to do tomorrow.
Okay, I'll bring my notes in the morning.
Yeah, would you return the book, too? I haven't paid for it yet.
I'll remember.
Hey, Cliff, thank you for coming with me to school tonight. It was really nice.
Well, I had a good time. I might come back again.
Well, I just hope I don't have to miss any classes.
Why'd you have to miss classes?
Because, well, Bobby's quitting.
What do you mean Bobby's quitting? She can't. I need her as a witness.
Well, she just left all of a sudden. Got a job in a private home. So it looks like I may have to work more evenings now.
A private home? Whose?
I don't know. All I know is that she's gone, and Sid is not too happy about it. However, why don't you come by the restaurant tomorrow, cheer her up, and I'll fix you a cheap dinner.
Gotta watch my pennies.
But just wait. Wait till you win this case and you are a famous criminal lawyer.
Like Perry Mason! All I gotta do is just win this case. Oh, see you later. Roast beef, it'd be fine.
So long, big guy.
See ya, partner.
He's so adorable.
Yeah.
You don't look like you had a very good time tonight, did you, Dee Dee?
Mitzi, I'm a dedicated career woman. I'm not supposed to have a good time.
He was busy, wasn't he?
Yeah. He was busy.
Hey, mister, you want to buy something?
Well, maybe I do, maybe I don't. What you got to sell?
I got anything you need. I got a regular drugstore here, all your favorite flavors.
Right. Well, what can I get for about, say, $20?
Oh, I can get you a nice lid for about 30.
Yeah, I'm not interested in joints.
Well, I can give you a nickel bag.
How much?
20 will do just fine.
I got a deal. Yeah, I think this is it.
Enjoy, enjoy. Hey!
Breathe too hard, sucker!
Hey, take it easy, take it easy. Look, if you want the money, it's only $20. Here, take it. I mean, I can get more for my blood at Red Cross, you know what I mean?
I don't want your lousy $20. I'd rather have your blood.
Who are you supposed to be, man? Dracula?
I'll tell you who I am, Joker. I'm the guy who owns this turf. If you ever make another score here, it'll be your last.
Yeah, well, I'm new here. I'm sorry.
You're gonna be dead here if I see your mangy face again. You understand?
Yeah, I got it.
Good. Now, I take your score just so as you remember what I told you.
Hold it, punk. I'm a police officer. Hey, come on, give me a break. You're hurting me. Hey, brutality! I didn't think you'd be so delicate. Huh? I always carry a spare. Right there, buddy. So do I. Okay, put your hands behind your back. Come on, there's a frame. I'm a lawyer.
Yeah, well, you'll be able to talk to him at the police station. How's that?
It's not a him, it's a her. Oh, no, don't remind me. Dee Dee Bannister, that's where I know this punk from. She got him off last time. Oh, no.
She kicked me out this time, too, Joker. So you're just wasting your time.
Well, looks like you got a chance to see Dee Dee again, huh? Well, I'm sure you'll be able to handle that. All right, come on, come on.
Got a minute? Duncan Hines got a new idea.
Holiday desserts with American Dash.
With just one pan,
One Duncan Hines mix.
no more than 4 ingredients, no more than 35 minutes of your time. You can make one of these dazzling desserts.
Make my snow mountains with the Lux 2 Devils food. Bake in a cupcake pan, split, fill, top, and kiss. Wasn't that easy?
Make my Christmas tree with Swiss chocolate mix baked in a tube pan. Filled up mint ice cream balls, let chocolate sauce drip down. Wasn't that easy?
Make my fabulous flambe. Bake a deluxe 2 yellow cake, cool, frost with whipped topping, spoon on hot cherry filling, brandy, and flambe. Now, wasn't that easy? Delicious.
Ethel, you're terrific.
Duncan Hines, desserts with American Dash. In holiday magazines now.
Watch them dash through it.
If you could see through Crisco Oil's bottle, you could see how truly light it is. Well, now you can. Because now Crisco Oil's in a clear bottle. It's a lightness you can see and a lightness you can taste. No heavy, oily taste, so your salads will be fantastic. Crisco Oil, now in a clear bottle. A lightness you can see, a lightness you can taste. Delicious.
No, the idea didn't come from either one of us. It was Geraldine who thought of it.
Yes, Geraldine is a secret insomniac, it seems. So she spends a lot of time listening to the late-night radio.
And obviously, she likes talk shows.
Yes, I think Larry King. She's been listening to him for about a year or so now. She really enjoys him.
I've heard of it. Since it's the only national radio talk show, it must have something going for it.
Larry King, obviously. Anyway, since he's going to be in Monticello in a couple of days, Geraldine thought it might be fun for the audiences to see the man behind that disembodied voice.
Clever idea. Besides, you like to question people, Nancy.
Yes, I do. Although, you know, he is so good, I'm afraid he's going to turn the tables on me. Nicole, maybe you ought to be doing
No. That's more in your line. You're doing the special features. I'll just deliver the news. Along with George Baker and a few other people.
Obviously, the other people are handling it for you tonight.
Yes, they are. I had to make special arrangements for that because I was so looking forward to this dinner.
Sorry, it's such a disappointment.
Oh, no, Mike. I didn't mean that. It's not your fault. You've both been so wonderful.
Well, you know, it isn't Miles' fault, Nicole. Really, because obviously this matter must have turned out to be something more of a medical matter than you thought. I mean, maybe the woman became ill.
Well, I certainly hope so. I mean, what? No, I didn't mean that. I just don't even know what I meant. I just feel so sad about the whole thing, that's all.
Excuse me, Mrs. Kavanaugh.
Nora, good heavens, what on earth are you doing here? Is something wrong?
No, I just realized that after I'd finished typing that FCC memo, you wanted to look at it and you wanted me to leave it behind. I forgot I brought it with me, stupidly.
No.
I'm sorry, we haven't...
Oh, please. Nancy and Mike Carr, this is Nora Fulton.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Hello.
Hello. Well, I took it with me to correct it at home. I'm sorry. I know it's very important to you.
Nora, it wasn't that important, but, well, thank you. I'm sorry you went to so much trouble.
It wasn't, really. I mean, I wasn't doing anything important. I was just having dinner at the Carlton. As a matter of fact, I saw Dr. Kavanaugh there.
Well, yes, I know. He went there to see a patient of his.
No, I don't think so. I mean, she certainly didn't look sick. No, the woman he was with...
It was his patient, Nora. It was Miss Avery.
Of course. The actress, of course. I should have guessed it. I mean, she's so beautiful. Well, listen, I'm interfering with your dinner. Nice to meet you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Right. Well, goodbye, Nora. Thank you for bringing this again.
sorry, Doctor. I really am. I didn't mean to fall apart that way.
No, you are entitled to at least one good cry, Jinx. As a matter of fact, you're entitled to as many as you want.
I'm just glad it didn't happen in front of Mr. Law and Order.
You mean Chief Mallory? Why not? Afraid you'll hurt your reputation as Monticello's newest criminal mastermind?
No. I just didn't want him to see me cry. I don't want anyone to see me cry. Don't you understand?
Yes, of course I do.
The only reason I could do it in front of you was because you know the truth. And I know you'll never, never tell anyone, will you?
I made you that promise, didn't I?
Yeah. I just thought that you might be tempted to break it, especially tonight. When you thought that I might have committed another daring daylight burglary.
What you committed was an act of downright foolishness, huh? Really taunting the chief of police with that bracelet of yours and making him believe that you stole it instead of bought it.
Well, it was worth it, just to see the look on his face. But not the look on yours.
What's wrong with my look?
Nothing's wrong with your looks, Doctor. In fact, that sad, gentle expression of yours makes it very hard on a dying girl.
Look, stop that, please. Don't use words like dying.
Well, it describes me.
It describes the whole human race if you want to be technical about it.
Have you told them about it yet, Doc?
The human race? No.
Well, good. I don't want you to tell anyone anything about me either. Because no matter how long I have to live, I won't live with pity. Is that clear?
Yes, it's very clear. I think there's something you'd better know. I have told one other person.
You haven't. You swore to me that you wouldn't tell anybody.
The person I told is someone very close to me, and I mentioned your case before I made you that promise.
Your wife?
Yes. And I promise you one thing, she will keep the confidence. Any facts about your case will not go any farther.
It's funny, you know. I don't mind you knowing. But her knowing. I hate her for that.
Oh, no. No, you wouldn't hate Nicole, not if you knew her.
Well, I don't want to get to know her, thank you. You see, I don't have a lot of time to make a whole new circle of friends.
All right, I understand.
But I didn't mean you, Doctor. God knows, I've never needed anybody like I need you. You're the only person that makes me feel secure right now.
Well, then why not change your mind?
About what?
About visiting me regularly at the office, maybe once a week. Will you do that?
Well, maybe I'll see you even more than that, Dr. Kavanaugh.
What are you doing here?
I thought I'd pay you a friendly visit, Spencer. I wanted to see where you worked.
It's not a good idea, Nora.
I don't think so at all. I wanted to see the place where Gunther worked before you took his job.
Hey, Joe, your mother make those cookies? Uh-huh. Are they the ones with those neat peanut butter in? Reese's peanut butter chips. My mom uses them. I love peanut butter. Ready a jelly donut. A cupcake. Rhubarb pie. Rhubarb pie.
For great peanut butter taste in all kinds of cookies, Reese's peanut butter flavored chips. They're made with real peanuts. Nobody gives up cookies made with Reese's.
What turns basic chicken into this classic dish? New La Sauce chicken baking sauces. Just pour La Sauce over fresh chicken and bake. That's it. You have a classic like this. Sweet and sour chicken with real chunks of pineapple, bell peppers, and no preservatives. Delicious. Turn a basic into a classic with new La Sauce. Also for barbecue, mild Mexican, and Chinese style chicken dishes.
You possess a powerful force. No, it possesses me. What's happening to your face?
Tonight, David Banner wins the lottery.
shouldn't have come here, Nora. I'm not supposed to have guests at the house. You should know that.
Mm-hmm. I know how it is in private homes.
Well, if you know what you're doing is wrong, would you please leave?
Where are your people tonight, Spencer? Oh, don't you hate that expression? Sylvia always used to use it at the Bowies. Her people. You think she owned them or something. In truth, they owned her just like they owned us.
Sorry, I don't feel that way. If you do, why don't you get out of the business?
I am out of it, Spencer. I'm a private secretary now. An executive assistant.
Oh, you're a troublemaker, Nora. You always were.
You still haven't told me where the Whitneys are tonight.
Mr. Whitney is at a business dinner. I don't know where his wife is, and Mrs. Saxon is upstairs sleeping, and I think you ought to go home and do the same thing.
This is really a fabulous house, isn't it? It really reminds me of the Bowies. You must be pretty happy here, Spencer.
Look, I don't want any fuss with you, Nora.
Too bad I couldn't have taken a job as Mr. Whitney's secretary. And then we would have all been reunited. Has he got one?
No, he doesn't.
Does he have a maid or cook?
They haven't hired a cook as yet, and they just fired the maid. It'd be the only job that'd be suitable for you around here.
Don't worry. I'm very happy where I am. Things are just starting to get interesting over at the Kavanaughs. Hey, have you heard about that gorgeous young actress Dr. Kavanaugh is involved with?
I'm not interested.
I bet it's not the first patient. He's a real handsome guy. But he's not getting away with it this time. I mean, I have Mrs. Kavanaugh's interest to look after now, don't I?
Get out of here, Nora. You're bad luck. I don't need you casting your evil spell on this house, too. I suggest you don't pull this again.
Oh, I was just about to ring.
Who might you be?
I'm the new maid.
The world's largest beauty company wraps a rich tapestry around gifts designed to make your Christmas beautiful. Look at the Christmas Avon has created. It's precious porcelain and a magical new fragrance unlike any in the world. It's burgundy suede, a silvery initial pen, and opulent beading. It's the Christmas only Avon can bring you.
We're gonna make you feel beautiful. Yes, we are.
What you doing? Making breakfast for you and Daddy. But where's the pancake mix?
You don't need a pancake mix when you already have Bisquick.
Bisquick makes pancakes?
There's 50 years of quality and experience in every box.
50 years?
So Bisquick pancakes are always light and fluffy and so delicious.
Ta-da!
Did you make these all by yourself?
Yep.
Mmm. And how'd you make them so good?
Oh, years of experience.
Bisquick. Something good always comes of it.
This is Field Communications in Philadelphia.
It's me, Dave, again, down at Mr. Surplus. Now we have 3/4-inch plywood, Stablux, Georgia Pacific, first quality, for $9.95 a sheet, and that's all first quality plywood. I have 2x3s, first quality, and this is not cheap economy grade, but good stud grade for 99 cents. That's 2x3s. And 2x4s, first quality, for $1.49. 1x3s, really cheap, 45 cents. Buy from me, Dave, at Mr. Surplus. I sell cheap.
In the beginning, if you wanted pay TV, you needed cable. But even then, only a few could get it. Now there's Select TV, a new and unique over-the-air system for all of the Delaware Valley. Showing great blockbusters and classic movies, all unedited and uninterrupted in the comfort of your own home. Select TV means over 50 different movies each month for all of the Delaware Valley to enjoy. Call now for installation.
Bigoted attitudes on Sanford & Son.